Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
Okay, and we are going to start in a standing position. All right, so our first minute of work, our little warm up, we're just going to start with some nice light twists. So we're just going to let our arms swing, let your feet pivot. And as we start to warm up, I'm going to turn off my space heater because I don't want to get too sweaty. All right, so we're just twisting, warming up the spine, warming up the hips, warming up the ankles and the feet, and then just kind of tune in and notice, how's your body feeling? How's your energy level this morning? We do have some speed rounds this morning, so you'll just want to just check in, notice how you're feeling, and then you pay attention to when the speed rounds come along. What's your vibe? How do you feel like doing the speed this morning? All right, now if you want a little extra for the arms and the shoulders, just start to throw the arms up over your shoulders just to get a little extra movement up there. And time, nice job. Okay, step your feet slightly wide, toes pointed out just a little bit. We're gonna go sink down into your squat, hands behind the head. Take a light little side bend, a light little side bend, and then as you come up, release your hands and straighten your legs. Bend your knees, hands come behind the head, take a light little side bend, a light little side bend, and then as you come up, release your arms. And don't even worry about this round, just think of this as your warm-up minute. So don't worry about the head pressing into the hands and any of that kind of stuff. Just lightly touch to the back of the head, a light little side bend, and then release your arms as you come on up. Nice work. And we do want to pay attention to how our shoulders are feeling this morning. We have a little bit of stuff that comes into the shoulder area. So if you're feeling a little mischievous in the shoulders today, you'll just be really mindful about the work that you do. And time, nice job. Okay, come all the way on up. Now we're going to take it into a little walk. So start by just walking yourself forward and back, just kind of tuning in, noticing your feet, noticing your knees, noticing your back. But then we're going to add on. So we're going to start by just walking, noticing your natural walking pattern, noticing your footfall. And now we're going to just scoop the tailbone under, bend your knees just slightly so we're not locking out the knees. Still keep all the rest of that work going. So we're paying attention to our footfall, maybe today landing toe ball heel, especially as you walk backwards, but maintaining that little tuck of the tail and that slight micro bend in the knees. So we're not locking out the knees as we walk here. Okay, now we're going to add on to that. So we're keeping the tail tucked. We're micro bending the knees. The next time you walk to the back end of your mat, you're going to try to maintain that tail tuck and not lock out your knees. Take a little bounce and then right back to it. Walk forward, toe ball heel, walk backwards, keep the tail tucked, keep the knees slightly bent, take a little jump, and then walk yourself forward again. Nice. Key here is to keep the tail tucked and the knees bent so we don't lock out the knees, and we're just bringing a little bit of strength into our core right away. Take that little micro jump, and then we got 10 seconds left. You got this. And time, nice job. Okay, grab one single weight. heavier if you've got it, but it is in the shoulders a little bit. So we're going to hold a sumo position. So nice wide legs, sink into a squat. We're holding our weight sideways and we're going for alternating halos. So we're going to bring it to the chest, circle around and back, and then go the other way. We got 1 minute on the clock. You hold that nice strong position with the legs. And then if you're finding that work really beneficial to your low back, you're going to think the whole time as you do this work here that you're drawing the tailbone slightly downward. So that's going to keep our core muscles slightly engaged. Inner thighs are going to stay slightly engaged. But if you already have a tendency to have a flatter lower back, that might not be beneficial. So only if you are finding that work of tucking the tailbone, making your back feel good and your core muscles kicked on nice and strong. "15 seconds left. And time. Nice job. Okay, come on up, but stick with that single weight. But now we're going to take it into some knee lifts and kayak row. So as your knee pulls up, you're going to rotate your torso, pull that weight alongside the hip, and then take it to the other side. We got 1 minute on the clock. A nice steady, even pace here. Same kind of benefit here. So if you're finding that little tail tuck is making your low back feel really good and you're feeling your core muscles kick on with that work, you can draw the tailbone down here even as you do those knee lifts and add that little bit of rotation, and you should feel your core muscles kick on, but only if that feels beneficial to your low back. "12 seconds left. And time. Nice job. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit in between. So rather not that big sumo, but not quite that narrow squat. So step your feet slightly wide with a little bit of external rotation. We're going to squat down, do a little figure 8 pass between your legs, bring it back up, rise up, and then reverse directions, figure 8 pass the other way. A little bit of movement in the torso. Keep your inner thigh slightly engaged. And then we want to think butt back, bend your knees. Heart stays slightly lifted, rise up, switch, let the other hand lead the way. You've got it. Nice work. And then once you've got that work going on here, we do want to focus on breathing in and out through the nose. So in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils, rather than breathing through the mouth. Awesome. 5 seconds left. And time. Beautiful. Okay, stick with one single weight. We're going to start walking in a figure 8 pattern, single arm up and overhead. So start by just finding your figure 8 pattern of walk. Walk in a figure 8 around your mat. Once you've got your figure 8, you're going to keep your eyes forward. So you don't need to look down at the floor. So we're tuning into our proprioception. And then if you found that tail tuck and knees bent beneficial, you're going to add that in. So we're tucking the tail, micro bending the knees so we don't lock the knees out the whole time we're walking. One arm up, gaze forward, breathing in and out through the nose. All right, when you're ready, switch hands. If you like to go in the other direction, switch your walking pattern, but everything else stays the same. We keep one arm up, keep the tail tucked, keep the knees micro bent so we don't lock out the knees, and breathe in and out through your nose. Nice work, you guys. And time. Awesome job. Okay, we're going to stick with that single weight, but now we're going to take it into alternating lunges with a single arm halo. So you're going to step your foot back, find your lunge, take that single arm, give it a halo. As you step forward, pass your weight to the other hand. Step back into your lunge, single arm circles around the head, step it in, pass your weight. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're taking this at a nice, even and steady pace. If you have a tendency to feel like your lunges feel a little wobbly, think step back, but out wide. So you're going to step the foot back to a slightly wider placement so that you keep your legs nice and stable. And then as you hold that lunge into your halo, think about drawing the tailbone down, keep the legs nice and strong. Beautiful work, you guys. Nice job. And time. Awesome work. Grab a second weight. This one is going to be a little bit for speed and is a little in the shoulders. So if you prefer a lighter weight for that, it's going to be our reverse grip row, bent over, but we're alternating and we're going for speed. So we're going to get a little micro bend in the knees, a little hip hinge, palms facing up. We're going to alternate. One elbow scrapes and then the other. We're going for a little speed. So we're going to keep our belly firm, keep the knees bent. One hand forward and the other. We got 1 minute on the clock, as fast as you're in control of. And Karen, since you're just joining us, take it nice and slow. Think of this as a warm-up minute. Just alternate between the two. Palm facing up, reverse grip. We're scraping the elbows back towards the hips, but keeping them tight along the ribs. Once you've got that going on, if this isn't your warm-up minute, you're going for speed. Keep your belly firm. Keep your legs strong. You got it. Nice work. You're already halfway there. Check in here as we start to increase our speed. You might notice you want to breathe in and out through your mouth. Can you keep breathing in and out through your nose? And time. Beautiful job. Okay, come on up. Set your weights down off to the side, and we're going to take it right into a side shuffle. So we're going to shuffle to one side, reach down, touch the ground, shuffle to the other side, reach down, touch the ground. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're going as fast or as slow as you like. If you're just joining us and this is still your warm-up minute, you might choose to go a little bit slower. Totally up to you. As your heart rate gets up, as you work a little bit harder, can you still keep breathing in and out through your nose? Nice work. You're already halfway there. And time. Beautiful job. Okay, walk it off. Grab your towel. Now we're going to do our towel slam and toe grab. So we're going to stick with one side for 30 seconds, one side for the other. Slam that towel down, pick it up with your toes as fast as you can, slam it back down. We're going for speed. We got 30 seconds on this leg. You're going as fast as you can. Even if that means you don't grab the towel with your toes, if it gets a little bit tricky, Still want to find that intensity and that speed, even if you don't land the grab. So go as fast as you can. Think of it as an intense movement. Pick it up, pass it into your hand, slam it down. You've got it. 10 seconds left on this leg. All right, when you're ready, switch it over, pick it up with the other foot, slam it down with the other hand. We're going for speed and intensity here. Nice work, you guys. Five seconds left. And time. Beautiful job. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to take it into a nice wide squatting position. So step your feet nice and wide, kind of out to the edges of your mat. We're going to bend down. Hands are going to find the ground, and we're lowering the butt and picking it up. So we're going to keep our hands on the ground. 30 seconds of work there. Have a hand weight nearby, and we'll add a hand weight for the second 30 seconds. All right, so hands on the ground. Lower your butt and pick it up. Keep that bent over position if you can. Check your breathing here. Are you breathing in and out through your nose? All right, now keep your butt low and add a little rotation. Grab your hand weight, reach it up to the sky, keep your butt low, add a little twist. Reaching up, one hand stays down, one hand reaches up, but that butt stays low in that nice low squatted position. Yes, nice work. 10 seconds left. And time. Nice job. Okay, grab that hand weight. We're coming down onto our butt. We're going to sit in a V-sit situation. So grab that hand weight, keep it loaded up at the chest. We're going to twist, come back to center. First 30 seconds, stay loaded at the chest. Just find that Russian twist. You can hold your weight sideways or hold it vertically. That's totally up to you. Lean back into that V so you feel your core muscles kick down the whole time. And then we get those obliques to kick on too as we find that twist. 10 more seconds of work here. All right, now if you want that little challenge, you're going to add a reach with your twist, but you're going to reach with the weighted hand. So hand is going to hold on to the weight, reach out and touch, bring it back to center. You've got it. Nice work. And time. Awesome job. Okay, grab your toe booty band. Next minute of work is just going to be toes and feet. So take your toe booty band. You're going to loop it around the two big toes. Give a second to make sure that your toe band is flush. And then once you've got your toe band on, we're going to start with just the pull apart. So walk your heels as close as you can together. Keep a nice sense of activeness in your toes. All 10 toes are going to spread as wide as they can. We're going to keep that spread of the toes, and you're just going to try to pull the big toes away from each other, maintaining that nice even spread of the toes. And I'll turn out sideways just so you can see what I got going on. So my feet are nice and close together, keeping my toes active, and we're just moving the feet apart and then bringing them back in, but maintaining that good structure of keeping the toes nice and strong the whole time. All right, now the next time you pull the toes apart, walk your heels out to meet. So toes are going to stay apart, then the heels come out. So we're going to keep and maintain that sense of integrity there. We're going to move the big toes up and down. and the four small toes are going to stay as stable as they can. So keep your feet nice and spread, keep the feet nice and active, and we just move the big toes up and down, trying to get the other 4 toes to stay as steady as they can. Awesome. Now last 15 seconds. Keep that good, strong integrity in the feet, but now start to pedal the feet. So think Barbie foot, you're pushing the ball of the foot forward while the toes stay active. And you're just pedaling the feet. Doesn't need to be extreme. We just want that little bit of strength in the foot. Nice job. One more pedal each foot. And then when you're ready, release your toes from the band, give your toes a little wiggle. We're spinning it around into a kneeling position. So come on into a high kneel, grab a single hand weight. We're gonna go into a lunge. We're going knees past the toes. So we're gonna load up at the chest. You're gonna go front knee past the toe or as far as safe for your knees. So that might look a little different on everybody. If the knee that's on the ground is a little mischievous, place your folded up towel underneath that knee so it feels cushioned. But away we go. First 30 seconds. Knee goes past the toe. Come back up nice and strong. Keep that weight loaded at your chest. Five seconds left. All right, now as you come back up, we're gonna think about curling the tailbone under. Keep your glutes kicked on, keep your legs nice and strong, and now we're gonna go hip hinge. So we're gonna keep the legs solid, and we're gonna hinge forward and come back in. If your front leg is a little too close and you need to widen your space, just toe heel the foot out just a little bit so you create that little extra space, and then away we go. We hinge from the hips, lean your chest forward just a little bit, keep your butt tight, keep your legs nice and strong. Nice form, Judy. Yes, Karen. Oh my God, you guys look amazing. Beautiful job. And time. Awesome. We're going to switch to the other foot. So step your front foot down, step your other foot forward, get yourself set up. If you like a towel under this knee, take a second to cushion it. But then once you're there, we load up at the chest and we're going for knee and hip mobility here. So we're letting the knee go past the toe, staying loaded so we keep it strong. Upper body stays nice and uplifted. Hinge forward, bending at the knee, moving through the hip, and then coming back up nice and strong. And as with all of our parts, one side might be very different than the other. So if you have a lot of range of motion in one knee, but the other one's a little bit mischievous, make sure you honor the knee that you're working with. All right, now come on up, curl that tailbone under, lock the legs in, keep them nice and strong, hinge from your waist, come back up. You got it, nice job. If your footing is a little too narrow, just toe heel that front foot out just so you create that space for yourself. And time. Awesome job. Okay, set your weight down. Now, this is a place where you can add a lot of intensity or a little bit of intensity. It's going to be up to you. First things first, grab your little hand towel. We're going to fold it in half, fold it in half again, and then see if you can fold it into threes. So it's a nice little mound that we can place our wrists on. So this would be the lighter version. You're going to go heel of the hand on, fingers off. That's going to be gentle on the wrist. But now we're going to hover our table. So you're going to pick your knees up. You're going to keep the knees up. And now we're going to alternate tapping the hand that's down on the towel. And I'm going to turn just front way so you can see. So we hover our table and then we're picking up the hand that's not on the towel and touching it back down. Not a lot of movement, but tons of strength in the upper body. But if you want that bigger challenge, here's where you're going to take your yoga block instead of the towel. It's going to create a little bit more height. you're going to hover, and you're going to punch the floor. So you're going to get a little bit more wiggle room here to move, finding that strength in the upper body. So you choose the one you like best. If you want that bigger challenge, yoga block. If you want that softer challenge, hand towel. But away we go. Hover your table, keep your knees lifted, pick that other hand up and touch it back down. Nice job. 10 seconds left on this side. All right, when you're ready, set your knees down, pass your towel or your block over to the other side. One side might be different than the other. So one side might want the challenge, whereas one side needs a little cushion. You choose the variation that you like the best. Set up your table, pick up your knees, and away we go. We're picking up that free hand and touching it right back down. Ten seconds left. And time. Nice job. All right, set your knees down. We are taking it into a plank, but if you want that bigger challenge for the shoulders, you can use your yoga block and put your toes up on the yoga block. It's going to bring your weight slightly forward into the shoulders. If that's not for your shoulders, don't even worry about that part. Find your high planking position with the toes on the block or with your toes on the floor, but it's going to be knee tapping, high plank. So find your high plank position, and then we're just touching the knees down, picking the knees right back up. We got 1 minute on the clock. You are taking this at your pace and at the depth that is most reasonable to you. You also have the option to use your hand towel underneath the wrists so that there's a little bit of cushion. Whatever variation you choose, once you've got it going on, check your head position. Is your chin jutting forward? Can you make a little double chin? You're already halfway there. Nice job. Beautiful work. Same principle here. If you're feeling like your low back needs that little extra something, think about curling your tailbone down, broadening your shoulders, even as you do those knee taps. 10 seconds left. And time. Awesome job. All right, spinning around, taking it onto one side, bent knee position, elbow and forearm down, or a high hand. That's going to be up to you, just what variation you like best, but it's going to be that side plank with the knees bent, top leg, top hand lift. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're taking it at your pace. If you like that little extra added weight, you're going to grab your hand weight. Even without the hand weight, this exercise alone covers so much ground. We're keeping the shoulder braced, keeping those bottom ribs lifted and engaged. We work the side of the butt, the inner thighs, the outer thighs. We got so much work happening here that even without a single hand weight, you get a lot of stuff covered. And time. Nice job. Okay, spin it around. We're taking it right to the other side. Elbow and forearm down or high hand. That's just whatever feels better, more stable in your shoulder. Bend your knees, stack your legs. We got 1 minute on the clock. Same thing on this side. We're focusing on pulling those bottom ribs up, lifting the top leg, lifting the top hand, releasing everything with control. So we want to watch that bottom shoulder. We want to make sure that stays nice and strong. Ears drawing away from the shoulder. Bottom ribs stay lifted. Yes, nice work, man. You guys look awesome. Great job. You're already halfway there. And time. Beautiful. Okay, we're spinning it around, take it onto our back. So you flip your legs around in any way that makes sense to you. We are going for hip bridges. We're going to do a little breath work with our hip bridges. But if you don't like doing that breath work and stuff, you might choose to just grab some hand weights, load them at the hip bones. So you'll do the work that you like the best here. Start by finding your position, knees bent, heels close to the butt. We're going to lift up, lower down, just to find a good placement of your feet and a good bit of movement of your hips. You might choose to just stick with this, lifting up and lowering down. That might be enough. If you want that little extra breath work, you're going to exhale as you lift up. At the end of your exhale, you're going to suck the abdominal muscles in. You're going to hold that sucked in belly as you lower down. And then once you lower all the way down, you'll inhale. Exhale as you lift up. At the end of your exhale, suck the belly in. Hold that sucked in belly, lower with control. Take your inhale at the bottom. You go as fast or as slow with this as you like. Nice job. Take one more up and down. And then the next time your hips come all the way down, if you've got your hand weights, move them off to the side. Take your right leg across the left into a little figure four. Flex your foot, keep your knee nice and solid. Lift the left leg up, thread your hands through. Grab the back of your thigh or the top of the shin, just whatever handhold works good for you. And then draw it into your comfort level. So you may feel deep sensation in your butt, side of your hip. So only go to a place where you can breathe comfortably. And once you're there, take 3 nice deep breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, release, switch to the other side. Left leg is going to come across the right. Get your figure four first. Flex the foot a little bit. Keep the knee protected. Lift your right leg up. Thread your hands through. Grab the back of the thigh or the top of your shin, and then hug it into your comfort level. Nice. When you're ready, slowly release. Come up to a seated position. Take your time. Legs are going to be out in front of you with a nice bend in the knees. Think up and over with the belly. So inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, reach towards your feet. Does not matter if you can touch your toes, but definitely keep a nice bend in the knees. So we feel maybe a light stretch in the hamstring, but mostly we feel some gentle stretch in the low back. One more breath. All right, when you're ready, come up nice and slow. We're going to come up to standing, grab your hand towel, but we're going to open it up to its widest configuration. So get it nice and wide, bring it behind the back, grab the 2 tail ends of your towel. We'll start with just a light little pump to open the chest. Nice, take a few more pumps, but just as you're doing this work here, pigeon your toes just slightly. So toes are pointing slightly in towards each other. And then once you've got that little pigeon toe position, we're going to bend the knees, Hinge from your waist, fold over, let your arms fall away from the back side of your body. You can straighten your legs here just as much as feels good. Take one more breath. All right, hands are going to come towards the low back. Bend your knees a little bit. Lift from the top of your head. Come up nice and slow and controlled. Wiggle out your toes, wiggle out your knees. You guys are amazing. Grab your tennis balls or your massage balls if you're sticking around.